Sorry, yep. You mentioned certain adaptation activities were being held up by lack of coordination across levels of government. We had the Standing Council on Climate Change a few years ago set out roles of government in one of their documents. Basically, mitigation at the base level was a Commonwealth activity, adaptation was largely allocated to the states. Given that, perhaps what do you think the roles of the different levels of government should be, and perhaps you could provide a couple of examples of where adaptation is being held up by lack of coordination?
Look, I think coastal adaptation is the classic example, and where I come from in New South Wales, we've just had long-running court cases where individual owners have taken their local councils to the Land and Environment Court because they've been legally unable to protect their own properties. There is lack of coordination, particularly between the state governments and the local governments. It's local government where adaptation really the rubber hits the road. That local governments need to be supported. Some of them have fantastic climate adaptation plans and some of them have nothing. I think one encouraging thing, I give you a little bit of good news, I suppose, is that the government has promised $9 million to the revamped NCAF Mark II, so the National Climate Change Adaptation Research Facility, of which $4.2 million is going to be devoted to coming up with a coordinated coastal adaptation framework for the entire country. So that's certainly a good recognition by the government of some coordinated adaptation planning that needs to happen.